Imagine waking up in a world where Nazi Germany won World War II. A world where freedom, democracy, and even the internet as we know it might not exist. Instead, massive Nazi banners hang in every city, history books are rewritten, and life is ruled by a brutal dictatorship. But how close were we to this nightmare? And what would life actually be like under a Nazi-controlled world? To understand this alternate timeline, we need to pinpoint where history could have changed. The most crucial moment? D-Day, June 6, 1944. If Hitler's forces had repelled the Allied invasion, the Western Front might have collapsed. Britain, cut off and bombarded, could have surrendered. And if the United States had been forced into peace negotiations, Nazi Germany might have secured its dominance over Europe and beyond. Now, let's picture what happens next. Under a global Nazi empire, every aspect of life is controlled by a single ideology. Hitler's vision of a pure world. No freedom of speech. Say the wrong thing, you disappear. No free press, only government-controlled propaganda. Elections? Gone. The world ruled by a one-party dictatorship. Privacy? Non-existent. Every street, every home, monitored by Nazi surveillance. And for those who don't fit the regime's vision, the brutality we saw in the concentration camps would have expanded worldwide. Education, entertainment, even language itself, twisted to serve Nazi ideology. Imagine growing up in a world where books are burned, music is censored, and history is rewritten. But what about technology? What about science? Nazi scientists were already working on rockets, early AI, and even space travel. If they had won, they might have landed on the moon first, claiming it as Nazi territory. But their ambitions went far beyond space exploration. They were obsessed with eugenics, cloning, and human experimentation. Imagine a future where medical progress is driven not by ethics, but by cruelty. A future where scientific discovery is twisted to serve a global dictatorship. But would people simply submit? History tells us that even under the most brutal regimes, people resist. Underground rebellions, secret movements, a shadow war against the empire. But in a world ruled by Nazi Germany, could resistance have succeeded? Or would it have been crushed before it even began? And here's the most terrifying thought. If the Nazis had won, would you even know that a different world was possible? Luckily, we don't live in that timeline. But this isn't just a scary thought experiment. It's a warning. World War II was a battle not just of armies, but of ideologies. And if history has taught us anything, it's that freedom is fragile. Had things gone just a little differently, the world we know today might never have existed. So the next time someone says, "History doesn't matter," remember this: it absolutely does. What do you think? Could a Nazi-controlled world have lasted? And how would life really be in that reality? Let me know in the comments. And if you love deep, thought-provoking history, make sure to subscribe, because the past is far from over.